Hey, have you ever wondered when atheism began? Hi, I'm Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, and I have a theory. My theory is, atheism started about 15 seconds after the first person who came up with the concept of God started telling it to a crowd. That's about how long it would have taken for somebody to say, I don't think so. And that's atheism. Atheism is the disbelief in the story that there is a God in charge and doing stuff. That's what atheism is. Atheism is not believing the person telling the story that God is real. That's all atheism is. Now, atheism did not exist before that point. Until there was a God, there was no atheism, because there was no need for atheism. Atheism is the not rejection, but it is the not believing in the story that a God is real. And until there was a story of God, there was no atheism. Now, a lot of people say atheism is the default position of not believing that there's a God. But again, until there was a belief there was a God, there was no atheism. Because there didn't need to be. There didn't need to be something that was a disbelief in something that had not yet been invented. And yes, the concept of God was invented. They invented the concept of God to explain things like wind and rain and fire and earthquakes and good things and bad things and everything they didn't understand. They created gods to explain them. And then God evolved into the monotheistic religion that there's so many of today. And they're not all mono, there's many polytheistic religions. But God is a concept invented by man. And until that concept was created, there was no atheism. Now, atheism as a concept really didn't develop till much, much later, because people had to realize that not believing the story of gods was the thing. And people had that in common. Now, a lot of people started believing that there were other gods and that the story of one God was not the God because they believed that there was another God. And a long time ago, Christians were called atheists because they didn't believe in the Roman gods. Which, it's kind of funny now that, Christians are so uppity. Oh, atheists are gonna destroy the world. And they used to be atheists because they didn't believe in the gods that were the most prevalent, relevant, popular, because gods come and go, and the popularity of gods comes and goes. And the gods we have now will be eventually abandoned, much like the gods of old, all the Roman gods and the Greek gods and the Egyptian gods. We've pretty much given up on them because we got new gods to believe in. Well, those who believe that there is a God believe in, them. But atheism didn't exist before the concept of God. But it most likely existed very shortly thereafter. Because as soon as somebody came up with a story to explain why there was rain and why there was good things and why there was earthquakes and why there was bad things, there was somebody says, that doesn't sound right to me, I don't believe you. And that's atheism. That's all atheism is. Atheism is just not believing the story that God is real. And that's how atheism came to be. And it has nothing to do with worshiping the devil, because that's just silly. Because if we don't think there's a God, we don't think that there is a devil. I'm Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, and you can believe in gods, but that doesn't make them real. It's just a story.